understand, pay attention to the people that have been able to be successful. Listen to your ancestors, the ones that were actually able to build wealth, have success, get education, have good families, even when they didn't get the help that they deserve, and stop believing that somehow this is different. I get sick and tired of the fact that Malcolm X could play. I could play a Malcolm X speech from 1962, and he literally will be talking as if it's 2025 because somehow we are stuck on this illusion that everything's going to change, everything's different. Though those there's two areas where everything seems different, but it's always the same. One is on the issue of race and politics in America. Things are the same. You're in the same boat, same situation. Black people don't really have any friends. If you don't build it, it ain't gonna get built. If you don't make it happen, it ain't gonna happen. You may think it happened, you may think that they built it, but really it turns out to be a farce, just like all those DEI jobs that we thought were giving us financial security when it was actually creating false security. And as soon as they rip those jobs away, we're sitting here screaming and hollering and wondering what happened, right? Anybody who you give the ability to feed you, then also has the ability to starve you. So you thought you were giving power to yourself, but really you were giving power to your adversary. Do you understand? So when you are looking for security and safety, you're gonna have to make the sacrifices and build it yourself and get the skills necessary to create it and to protect it and to maintain it so you can pass it to the kids. The other area where people always think things are different but they're the same is in the financial markets. Everybody always thinks, oh, this is a new stock market. The investing's different, investing's change, and they'll invest in a bad way, and then the market will pop up and say, oh, you thought I forgot you, bitch. Let me show you what the Great Depression looks like. Let me slap you upside the head, take half of your money, and humble you and remind you that no, I'm still the same old stock market. I've just given you 10 years of grace. I've just given you these opportunities to make some money, and you got comfortable, cocky, and overconfident. That happened in 1929. It happened in 1987. It happened in 2008, and it's going to happen in 2025 or 26. So if you are not protecting your portfolio, if you are sitting on all this money that I know you all are making, I know you're making money. This market has never made it easier to make money. Protect your neck. Protect your money. If you don't do that, then you are gonna get fried, cooked, scrambled, chopped up into little pieces, and you won't know what the hell happened. So be really thoughtful, be really careful. Go back to what your grandma and your grandfather told. What I love about our ancestors, our elders that were born before integration, is they're really conservative and careful. They don't trust nobody, right? They don't go chasing waterfalls. They don't get out here thinking they white. They don't get out here risking it all. They're always protecting what they have. My grandma used to, my grandma, this is my grandmother behind me. She's with me. That's the Panther, Felicia. My grandmother used to, when I was 7, one time I went to play basketball and I said something about how I saw a roach at the house. And she got so mad at me because she didn't want nobody to know nothing about what was going on in our house. Like nothing. Like I couldn't even tell her what we had for dinner that night. I don't know if anybody else got grandparents like that, but my grandma would be like, "Don't tell nobody nothing about what's happening in our house." And maybe it's because in the neighborhood that she was in, people would break in the house and steal stuff, right? So she just had a real careful approach, almost to the point of almost seeming paranoid. But you ask, well, where did that come from? Well, it came from the fact that she was born during the Great Depression. And she knew that, she said the Depression was so bad for black people that she said, we didn't even know that there was a depression.